What is going on? Welcome to episode 85 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, Player 2, and the beater of glass Joe. Hate Zero, our hero. What's up, Eric?
What is going on? And what up, NPC fam? It's your boy, Hate Zero, your hero. I'm so happy to be back with you. It feels so wrong to be gone, and I got a proper mic so I don't sound like whatever you sound like when you don't have a proper mic.
I just liked the way your other mic would rub in your beard and sound like we were running through a forest. It was nice.
I didn't like anything about the other mic. It takes all the bass out. Not that I have like an extremely deep voice or anything, but it takes all the bass out. You just sound just like a shell of a person. So this is good. We're good. I'm happy.
All right. Awesome. Well, hey, the music you guys just heard is from On Being Human. Check them out on Spotify and YouTube. Remember, we are not the official Nintendo podcast. That's the Nintendo Power Podcast. Go look it up. If you want to get yourself a free book, go to audibletrial.com/NPC. There you can choose from one of so many books. Pick up Ready Player One. Pick up Console Wars. Lots of good stuff. audibletrial.com/NPC. Hey, maybe you want to become a crazy person like myself and Eric and start your own podcast. Go to podbean.com/NPC, and there you can sign up for free and see if it's for you. Put out a show, see how it goes. Podbean.com/NPC. The chair I'm sitting in from OPSeat, opseat.com. Comfortable, affordable gaming chairs. Use coupon code N64Josh to save $10. Now, we got a couple announcements.
Hey!
Announcements?
He talked over Navi. How do you guys feel
I'm
about
sorry.
that?
Well, you didn't give me any warning.
Okay.
Do it again. Do it again.
Here we go. We have a few announcements.
Hey! Listen!
What is that?
Guys, we do
What
this
is that?
stream live Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, twitch.tv/N64Josh. Welcome, everybody. Kirby, Tatawaka from Maxis, Lumber, Freaking Crud, Yickum, Jester, Magnus, Bacon. I think I got everybody that I can see. Thank you guys for hanging out with us live. If you're just lurking, thank you. We have a new goal. 50 viewers and I braid the beard. 50 viewers. Mario Miles, what's up, dude? Welcome.
Well, hold on. Pause a second.
Yeah.
50? I thought
Nightcrawler.
we settled on 30.
Well, but then Pudding in the Discord was like, we almost get 30. Let's go to 50. I was like, okay, you've spoken.
Well, no. I disagree. I think 30 is the number, and we're not there yet, so we're fine.
Okay, all right. I guess we'll. Somebody said 340, so I don't know what that is.
Well, then maybe when you live stream with Ninja or something, we can hit that. I don't know.
Oh, like 140,000.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was thinking 64 might be a good number. You know,
That'd be a good number.
that'd be a good
That'll be the next challenge after we accomplish 30.
Okay, all right, fair enough. 30 it is. So if we reach 30 viewers, come on in, and I'll braid my beard because that's what people want, according to Twitter, I guess. Hey, I'm writing a book. I spent last week writing. I got 6 chapters so far, and I'm excited to keep going on this thing. I'm hoping by the end of April to have it done, and then in May work on edits and everything, so it'll be releasing hopefully mid-May. That's kind of the goal. So that's kind of the goal so far. What were we gonna say? Your mouth is moving.
Yeah. So I don't know if I should say too much. You sent me an excerpt today from the book, and I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody or for you, but it fills a void that I didn't know existed. So and once Josh sent it to me, I was like, this is so obvious. Like how is he the first that I recognize has done this? So it's incredibly obvious once you sent that to me. I'm like, huh. Yeah, absolutely. So
And it's really glad for me to hear that, because every time I pitch it, I sound like such a nutcase. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like comparing life to Super Mario Brothers, and people are like, you are what is wrong with you? I get these looks, and I'm like, no, I promise you, there's things there. Trust me.
Well, so with you saying that, I think I feel a little more comfortable taking. So, am I safe to say some of what I?
Say what you want. You're good.
Okay, so Josh has. I don't know if the entire book is going to be like an inspirational, motivational type thing, but he has simplified life in the excerpt he sent me to. Your goals are the levels. Reaching the end of the level are your short-term goals. Saving the princess, in my mind, is your long-term goal. How you get there doesn't really matter. It's going to be a grind. And, you told me previously, like, oh, it's a life lessons with Mario. And I was like, yeah, I don't get it. But then when you sent me that, I'm like, oh, duh. Like, absolutely. This is so obvious.
Nightcrawler says he got it when I pitched it to him, but I think I gave him the long, 11-minute elevator ride pitch. It wasn't the. So that's basically it. It's called Another Castle, and the reason is sometimes our long-term goal. Every time we have a long-term goal, it gets filled up with those another castle moments, and so where it's like, oh, I'm finally here. Nope, thanks, but your princess is in another castle, and you just got to go. Okay. You got to keep going. So that's basically the book, Another Castle. It'll be out soon. It'll be available on my website. You'll be able to read it as a digital download or listen to it. So there'll be a couple different options there. Let's see. Lastly, the Smash Bros. Cast. It's going strong. We got episode 7 coming out this week. And last week we covered Mario. This week we're going to be looking at Zero Suit Samus. And I've been having a ton of fun playing with you guys, playing Smash. So it's fun. It's fun. Enjoying that. What have you been playing, man? Besides Punch-Out, the beater of Glass Joe.
So I did beat Glass Joe. So here's the problem. I played Punch-Out, and I was using like strategy, not good strategy, obviously, but I was using strategy, and I was dodging, ducking, diving, dodge,
Oh yeah, the 70s. I remember.
And I would keep running out of time. And so I'm like, this is just getting ridiculous. So I just decided to spam left hook or left. I think it's a left straight, but it's a jab really. But I'm just spamming it, right?
Yeah.
Over and over again. And I beat him. I'm like, wow, that's stupid. So then I took that same technique onto the next 4 and accomplished the same thing. So I was like, oh, cool. So the way to beat this game is to spam one button the entire time. When you get your super meter filled up, then you do the giant right hook.
Yeah.
And yeah. And then eventually strategy is required because I lost to one of the stronger guys. I forget his name.
Vodka Drunskinsky or whatever his name is.
I don't think I made it to him. I don't remember, but I lost pretty convincingly. That strategy died pretty quick.
Yeah, it happens.
So.
It happens. At least you got all the quarters you need, so you're set. You're set.
Yeah. I played a little bit more Kirby, but I did something different with my Switch that made me think of some cool possibilities.
Okay.
The wife was going to bed. She was, back from a vacation, or not a vacation, a work trip. And so I wasn't ready to sleep yet. It was early. I watched Hulu on my Switch.
Yeah.
And no, it was cool, and it made me think, man, if Netflix and other services came to the Switch, this would be so much better than only Hulu. Hulu's fine, but that's only one chunk of the streaming ecosystem.
It's true.
So,
yeah.
Hey,
cool. It's I've been playing the norms, little Mario Kart, little Rocket League, little Splatoon, little I've been playing some indie titles that we'll talk about later, but Streets of Red and Rogue Aces, and pretty fun. So I'm excited about that. This is kind of an announcement too. Wednesdays at 6, I will be doing a new Nindies Wednesday. Basically, we'll be looking at either new or recently released Nindies, and so it'll just be like an hour-long stream going over however many new ones I have available, and Though that stream will be available on YouTube after the fact. So
Nice.
yeah, so just to kind of showcase new stuff and keep it alive. And I believe late night Friday, pending everything works out, Attack on Titan 2 stream will be happening. So
This Friday?
I think so.
Can I say something super rude?
Yeah, please.
Who cares? It's Labo Friday.
Well, this will be after everything's put together. It'll be late night. Late
Okay.
night. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Basically,
But
for Max's,
if I don't get to see you playing Labo, what's the point?
I don't know how. I'm gonna record videos for Labo, but I'm not really sure how to stream it all that well.
You're gonna have to set up a multi-stream of just yourself.
Well, it's not that. It's the Twitch or the Switch can't be docked, and that's what provides gameplay. So I'll just have to do like just video of myself. And
Well, yeah, you'll do a bunch of multi-streams of cameras, different angles.
Of course, yes.
It's
I'm
totally
also,
logical.
I'm also hoping that I can still reach the audio out while I'm playing piano, because in that way I can actually play and sing at the same time with the Labo piano. So as long as the audio out is there, we'll be good to go. So we can stream that way. It's just going to be a close-up of my face. Sorry, guys, for that. I'll try to clean up. But yeah, so that's going on. We're trying to get a team together. We have almost a full team for the Splatoon deal happening this Saturday. The Splatoon 2 international thing. We're just gonna have fun. When I play competitive, I get pretty into it though. So I've streamed a few like Overwatch and stuff, and I'm like nothing but call outs the entire time. People are like, "Whoa, take it easy, MLG." I'm like, I take this serious. I love it. So we're gonna have some fun with that.
That's good.
But I think we can talk about all of our news. And here's our sound blip. Ready? You ready? Here we go. Well, Labo Hype is the first thing on our list here. How excited is Eric? His arms are, if you guys are just listening, he is pumping his fist right now. Like he is
Never been so excited for cardboard unless it contains pizza. I'm super hyped. I've got both pre-ordered on Amazon or whatever, so they should both be here when I get out of work. I don't think I'm going to tackle on Friday the robot because that looks super involved.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably do the piano's the first thing I want to do for sure. I'm so hyped. I don't know why. I really can't explain why. It doesn't make sense.
Did you play Legos as a kid? Like, did you love Legos?
Yeah, of course. What kid didn't? And with my Legos, I think the Toy-Con garage is probably going to be where the real cool stuff is, because with Legos, I never built like the pre-made sets. I would just do my own thing. And I don't know. The sets were neat, but I just like to take the different sets I had and mix all the pieces together and build whatever I wanted.
I was kind of the opposite, but kind of the same. When I'd get the set, it had to be exactly what was on the front of the box, not the back of the box, because those didn't count in my eyes. It had to be the front of the box, and I would display that for approximately 2 weeks to 30 days. And then after that, it got thrown into the bin so I could make giant helicopters.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was pretty much it. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to. I don't even know if I'm gonna buy the robot right away. I may end up picking it up Saturday. I'm not sure, but we're getting the variety pack. My kids are fairly excited. I'm hoping to set up cameras and kind of make it a little bit of a family event, and you guys will be able to watch those videos on YouTube. Obviously, we're not going to like record the whole 2-hour process of making the piano and whatnot, but I know the kids are pretty excited to try some of this stuff out. So it should be Saturday should be a pretty cool day, just chilling with the fam. So it'll be good. It'll be good. This next topic, I don't know. Do you have something else to say about Labo? One last
No.
thing? Okay.
Nope. It's awesome.
Okay.
Bring it on.
So there's been a lot of content creators talking about this lately. So, and I even talked about it with it's a YouTube podcast called Planet Nintendo. You guys should check it out. But the kind of what's going around is everybody's saying Virtual Console's not happening. That's kind of the rumblings. And Sega announced they announced a Sega a Mega Drive, Genesis Mini, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then they are talking about Sega Ages. And they have 15 games that they're bringing over to the Switch.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on this stuff? What do you think? Have you seen all these videos and stuff that people are putting out?
I'm so glad you asked. I don't I want to start with I appreciate everyone's concern. I don't judge what Nintendo is doing or not doing based on what Sega and Capcom are doing. I just don't. I think Virtual Console's going to come. It's probably not going to be the Wii U version, but I would have guessed that when it wasn't available at launch. I think it's not going to be all-inclusive initially, but I think it's going to exist. Sega, I think, is going the route of Capcom, which, Capcom's been not... Is it Capcom?
Mega Man?
Well, there's been collections from other companies for a while now, so that's nothing new. And whether the games were on Virtual Console or not, there have been those third-party collections. So I think
Even
Sega's
from
just...
Sega.
Huh?
Sega had one.
Yes.
They had like a 30-game collection on the 360. Right. I think I 1,000-point achievement now.
Exactly. So I don't know. I don't think it's... I think people are panicking because this just boils down to Nintendo's not giving us any news, so we're making up news. And for better or for worse, and it's not good news. So, don't sweat the little stuff, everybody. You'll be okay. There will be a VC, I promise.
So a lot of creators are saying it's for the indies, so that the eShop, like I think it was Beat 'em Ups, I think that's his name. He did a video with Arlo, who's like this little blue puppet or whatever, and I'm saying that like people don't know who he is already. Like everybody knows who he is. But they were like, "Oh, should I buy Metroid, or should I buy this indie?" Well, I know Metroid, right? And that's, I mean, I talked about it on the Planet Nintendo show. Like I said, we went into it quite a bit, but I feel like Nintendo is wanting to do more with the Virtual Console than just put out games like they've done since the Wii. I don't think that's what we're getting again. I think if we're gonna start seeing, like what they said, we're gonna get leaderboards, possibly online play. Like, let's make some of these games worth paying for again. Now, one of the things I said on that show was that I do feel for the people that have bought a Switch that haven't had a Nintendo console, in like 3 generations, or maybe they even bought it on the Wii, but they're like, man, I just want to play some old 64 games or things like that. So I totally feel for those people. But for me, the Virtual Console is nothing more than like a security blanket, so I can go, yay, I have Mario Kart and Super Mario 3 on my Switch all the time. I probably won't even play them. I have them on my DS, I have them on my Wii U, I have the actual games. How often do I play them? I have the minis, right?
Yeah.
It's just like a security blanket, and I wonder if Nintendo is just like, okay, these people buy this stuff no matter what, and let's maybe sell them something better. Which, I mean,
well, yeah, and I know they're doing something different, right? They've talked about that Netflix subscription type, or whatever before, right? So I think we know something different is going to happen. But when I look back at a little gem called Celeste, at its core, it's just a platformer, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not going to buy Mario over Celeste. I'll maybe get both. But I don't think it takes away from the indie titles. Maybe some of the more obscure indie titles, but those are probably going to struggle anyways if the good games are going to rise to the top, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, and Mario 3 will sell again. If you put it on the Switch, it's going to sell again. That's why I think Nintendo's not going to go away from Virtual Console. It's free money. They like money.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll happen. Just
And one of the things I like is that we're seeing, and I've said this on here before, but I love seeing these arcade classics. Mario Bros is not very good on the NES. I mean, it's fine, but it's not great. It's
Right.
so much better having the arcade ROM. Still basically the same game, but there's just a little bit more charm to it, and something that we basically wouldn't. I mean, we may have never seen it, and here we're seeing, Punch Out. Like, even just like playing that game for a short amount of time, hearing the sounds it would make. That thing used to echo through the arcades, and I love it. And like Kirby says, I do like seeing these arcade classics. So we have moments like hate beating Glass Joe. Or
destroyed Glass
or
Joe.
being Glass
He's-
Joe. I can't.
He's underselling how much destruction was involved.
So it's. I guess I'm actually more excited to see what's coming out, and I'm happy about the fact, because if you were a Wii U owner, or even a Wii owner that was excited about Virtual Console, the weight that was involved with waiting for a good game to come out again. And the problem is there's stuff on the Wii, TurboGrafx 16, stuff that, like, where are you going to get this stuff without just emulating it illegally? It's right that it was on the Wii. Like, it had I never even looked at that. I was like, I have no nostalgia for this. I was nostalgia fueled, and I bought just stuff that I had played, and that was it. Didn't really try anything new. And so I'm excited to see him maybe take a different approach. And if they're going to charge $5 for, Mario Kart, Super Mario Kart, if it had even just 2-player online, that would be crazy. That would be so much fun. If it was even better and had like 8-player online, that'd be even crazier, and I would be ecstatic.
It would be crazy.
So, but I may look at those games a little too fondly. Just maybe me, though.
No, I think you're spot on. I don't think they would put in that much effort and only charge $5. But if that's part of the one game a month, the model they talked about previously, I wouldn't be too mad about that. As long as you get to keep that game, or there's some sort of, there's got to be a trick to it, like buy it at a discounted rate after that month or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving right along, Dragon Quest XI, which I don't think is a game. Are you much of a Dragon Quest fan? Yeah,
No.
I'm not either. But for some people, this is going to be. They'll be glad to hear this, or maybe disappointed. I don't know. Dragon Quest XI isn't going to be open world because the devs wanted to focus more on story.
Oh no.
Chat, we want to hear from you. I want to hear if you guys are happy about this or mad about this. So this is a game that's coming out, I believe, is coming out on PS4 much sooner than it is coming out on Switch. I think they've said it's getting quite the delay on Switch, or we may not even know if it's coming to the West. I'm not entirely sure, but Kirby says, "What? Not open world?" Up my alley, if not. So
that's a good.
So
that's
there you go. That's positive. So yeah, interesting. Okay, here we go. This one I think you're excited about.
Maybe.
According to website SDNIA, I don't know how to say that. It's too many consonants next to each other. Pocket Rumble lives. It lives. They showed off like
over the shoulder or whatever.
Yeah, like well, it was TV. It was docked mode or whatever. But they just were filming the TV, and I gotta say, it looks like a pretty fun little fighter. Like, are you looking forward to it?
I saw the photo as well. I hate fighters. However, I traditionally buy them anyways and just continue to hate them. So I like the idea of it. It looks cool, and I'll probably buy it and then be like, I hate this game. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm as excited as I can be.
Yeah. I'll remember. I'll never forget when we played Street Fighter 2. That was the.
I will.
That was,
I've already forgotten.
I can't forget. It's so good.
I've already forgotten.
So good. So, and I just want to let you guys know that there are articles to all of these in the show notes, n64josh.com/npc85. If you want more details about Dragon Quest XI and the interview, or you want to see the footage of Pocket Rumble, I mean, this here's what I thought. I believe it was, Firmaxis posted in our Discord that there was footage of it, and the only thing that I think when I see this game is that I'm wondering if it missed its window of opportunity when it was first announced and supposed to be released. There was not a whole lot out there. Now I don't know that it's really going to stand out amongst all these other great games.
I think as long as you release on a soft week, I think you'll be okay. We're not getting a great, phenomenal game every week. We're getting way more than I can keep up with, but there are going to be slower weeks. So if they plan their release well, I think they'll be okay.
All right. Well, it looks like a solid little fighter. So maybe some word of mouth will get around, and
Yeah.
it'll be all right.
Can we transition to something not in the show notes that I saw in the Discord today?
Yeah.
Not Bloodborne, but the
Dark Souls?
original. Yeah, Dark Souls got delayed for Switch. Did you see that?
I did. I meant to put it in the notes and forgot.
What the heck? And they delayed the amiibo? Like, come on.
Maybe that's the real reason it's delayed. There's so many pre-orders they couldn't handle it.
That's probably good for me in the long run because it was a game that was destined to irritate me to no end. So that part's probably good for me, but at the same time, it's like, what a bummer. What a total bummer sauce.
Kirby says that Dark Souls got delayed even from my notes. So
yeah, do y'all even know about Dark Souls delay?
Oh yeah, so that's sad deal. But I mean, hey, and the thing is, some of the responses and comments I read were like, I just saw this game at PAX. It looked ready to go, But I mean, they're gonna know best, and I mean, I don't know if this would happen, but if they stagger releases and they know people are still gonna buy it portable after the fact, they might end up with a lot more sales. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if that might be true of a new title.
Yeah, that's right. I
But
agree.
for a re-release or a remaster, I don't know. If you already played it on PS3 and then you buy it on PS4, are you really gonna get it on Switch? Maybe if you just love the game, I don't know.
Just die hard. Well, if you want to use the amiibo,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
And
that's
if
the
you
only
really wanna
place you
see
can
it-
get the amiibo.
you want to see it running in 60 in 4K.
You're not helping sell copies on the Switch.
Then you can take it portable, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just-
720 and 20 frames per second.
Those thoughts do cross my mind though. Like,
Yeah.
could this be literally a thing to boost sales because they just know it's going to sell on the Switch, even after the fact? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so for a game like this, for me, I wouldn't buy it if I would wait for it on Switch. So for instance, South Park, The Fractured But Whole is coming out next Tuesday, right? And I'm buying it again. Had they announced its presence at all, I would have waited and just got it on Switch. So it can probably go the other end and actually cost them sales too.
Yeah.
Had they only announced it on PS4 and then after it came out been like, oh, this is coming to Switch in a couple months, a lot of people would have been upset, but they might have bought it there too.
That's true. It's true.
So.
It just, again, there's no evidence pointing to that. It's just more like, I wonder. That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
So, Amazon Italy is selling a special edition of Tropical Freeze that comes with a Funky Kong keychain, stickers, and cardboard packaging.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, are you pretty? I mean, you
Comes with Labo.
gonna import this?
No, not a chance. Not a chance. Not even in the slightest, littlest bit.
I'm not sure you heard me correctly. I said Funky Kong keychain, stickers, and cardboard packaging.
Can I go back to November or September or October of last year?
Okay.
Why was there not a Mario Odyssey special edition? Like, how is that not the biggest miss in the world? Anyways.
It got its own Switch with its
Yeah,
special
big deal.
Joy-Cons that were red. And,
Yeah, that's neat.
And don't forget these sweet coins from Best
Yeah.
Buy.
Cool.
Promotional item, not for resale, that they were selling for $50 after the game was out.
Not a sponsor either. On a side note, happy note, Donkey Kong note, if you go and follow me on Twitter, I did a quick poll. Josh and I are going to do a giveaway in the month of May, either DK or the
Hyrule
other
Warriors.
Yes, Hyrule Warriors. And as of right now, DK's winning. I think you have like 3 days left to vote before we settle in, and that's what you get.
Well, there you go.
So
It's 8-0 with an X instead of a Z.
at 8-0 with an X. So yeah, go out there and vote if you care. Otherwise, feel free to win either copy with us. We'll do it live in the future. Information will follow.
There you go. I'm sad that we don't get this Funky Kong keychain, stickers, and cardboard packaging, but I think I'll be okay. All right, this is a little weird. This is what Nintendo. What is happening? I do have to point out, Lumber Joke said, "Can we add Hello Kitty racers to that list of games for the giveaway instead?" No.
Maybe for the next one.
Yeah,
maybe for the next.
Maybe we can get that one out of the bargain bin. Nintendo files a trademark for these touchscreens that kind of work like simultaneously of each other, and it basically looks like it's for a console. On top of the fact that during the BAFTA Awards, which I mentioned on last episode, there was like talk of new hardware. And we're like, what? And the only conclusion I came to, that this is obviously the 4DS. We can put all these screens together and make one giant screen, and it'll be glorious. Some of the pictures show like a finger swiping on one screen and something happening on the other screen.
Yeah.
The other thing it shows like almost like how the DS opens like horizontally. This was almost like a vertical hinge. And on one side, they were holding it up, and a bowling ball was rolling down and hitting pins on the other side. So this is totally Nintendo, by the way. But where are the controllers? Are they making a phone? It's a flip phone. Bro, we figured it out. It's Nintendo smartphone, flip phone that you can play bowling on.
Going Apple approach, no button. Can I go? I was so excited to talk about this one. I was looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah, please.
Well, this is obviously the attachment we've been waiting for the launch of
the 4DS.
No, it's not the 4DS. This is the Mario Maker attachment I've been saying we needed from day one. This is it. It's
the
happening.
DS.
No, not the DS. So this is, it's possibly an attachment for the Switch to give an additional crazy touchscreen. It somehow plugs in with USB-C or something. It's a possibility. Or it might be them just trademarking stuff because they're constantly trying to innovate and nothing ever comes of it.
Yeah.
That be the
case. But is it not just like a Nintendo like just even talking about it, it's like this is so Nintendo. And the only thing that like I'm like cringing, going, please do not let this be the next console. Like the Switch. Listen, Nintendo, please take a page from your own book in the 80s, go from the NES or the 90s, and just make the Super Nintendo. We have the Switch, just make the Super Switch, okay? Just let's just keep this thing going for a while. You got a good thing here. Okay? Don't forget it.
And that will bring a whole new meaning to now you're playing with power.
Power.
No, I think you know what, I also, my mind initially went to, oh, this is the new Game & Watch. It's going to be a really cheap, like, 3 preloaded games, fun, because there's no buttons. So I was like, this isn't a full console. It's not a full game. So I thought, oh, these are the new Game & Watches that Nintendo had from years past.
Quite
so many possibilities.
Quite possible. Yeah. I just seeing bowling and stuff in their drawings made me think of Clubhouse games back on the DS, and I mean they were fun titles. They were fun titles. So I mean, who knows? I mean, look at, we're buying Cardboard Friday because it has a Nintendo logo on it. It's cool. I'm down.
I hope it doesn't come packaged in cardboard. That's kind of odd, isn't it?
Well, no, I don't know. What if you can use the packaging?
That's next level stuff. I don't know if we're ready for that. And then, like, are collectors not going to be able to play with Labo because they don't want to destroy their box?
I don't know.
Just see, that can't be the answer.
Sometimes you just got to open it up and play with it. You can buy another one later.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just not.
Oh, really? Sometimes you just have to open it up. And what?
Yeah, see,
what?
I have a couple. I have a couple open Amiibo.
All right.
There's pictures
Fair
on
enough.
Instagram. All right.
What?
Don't judge me. Octopath Traveler got a new video today. I have a link to it in the show notes here. Every time I see more about this game, I get more excited. And I think, didn't you say the same thing in the Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm not even this isn't my kind of game. And I'm so excited to like stream this game and play through it and screw up and have chat yell at me. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it looks really good. The classes and everything are showing more depth. I like that it's a JRPG with a lot of text, but there's actually spoken dialogue, which for me is pretty awesome because I don't mind reading. I do read, but
don't forget me.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to have dialogue. That's high quality dialogue right there. Think you could take me? Don't forget me. Meh. So anyways.
I'm so glad you got the last one in there. That is what I needed. That is what I needed for tonight. Okay. A hacker. This is a Kotaku article. And I've seen it all over the internet now. Not just from Kotaku, but that's what I linked to. A hacker needed 2 weeks to add a way to back up saves on the Nintendo Switch. From what I've heard about this, did a little bit of research on it. This individual worked on some kind of backup save for the 3DS, and also had something to do with like a Pokemon save system. I'm not entirely sure on what that is. I believe the source code is going to be released later, possibly, but because he has ties to Nintendo, I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but it basically saves your saves to your SD card. It took this guy 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's still just got to be about piracy, right? That's got to be the reason they're not taking care of this.
Yeah, I mean, it could have taken him 30 seconds, and I don't think that matters, because in the grand scheme of things, I don't think this is a capabilities issue. I think it's they're not ready to execute for whatever reason. I don't think they're ever going to give us save to an SD card. I think because of piracy issues, because you look at the 3DS, that's a prime example of I'm not encouraging you to go do it, but it's way too easy to accomplish, right?
Yeah, DS and 3DS it was bad.
Right. Yeah, so I don't think they're going to go that route. I think they're going to do some sort of cloud-based or, something to that effect. So I don't think Nintendo can't do it, and they don't need to hire this guy just to do that. I'm sure they have 14 solutions. Like, we could do this right now, but is this the market strategy? Is this the business strategy we want to use? So,
Well, and I mean, it's not only the saves issue, but I mean, they've had issues with the Switch.
Mhm.
Like it's vulnerable, right? Like we're seeing upgraded models shipping now because the chipset was easy to hack. It was unsecure, right? And so
yeah.
it, it seems like all this stuff is constantly like it. Honestly, it kind of sucks that we live in a time where that even has to be a concern. Like it would probably be so much better if this stuff didn't happen. But
I don't know that that's unique though. So let me tell you a little story. I'm gonna exclude any names to save the innocent. Somebody I know, when I was a young lad, would go to Toys R Us, buy Commodore 64 games,
oh no.
copy them, take the instruction manual to a Xerox machine, copy the instruction manuals, return the game. Because there was no write protection or copy protection back in the day, and the return policies were super laxed also.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's unique to now. It's just more sophisticated today. But as long as this stuff's existed, someone's been trying to steal it.
Oh, dude, I just saw somebody tried to rent, I think, Sea of Thieves from Redbox, and on the inside was like a Celine Dion CD with a sticker that looked like the Xbox label that had already started to peel off. So it was
Yeah,
like,
that they just photocopied.
yeah, like good effort there. So
And the weird thing about that is like they just, if you report it appropriately, they go after the last rental. So I guess if you use a prepaid Visa or something, there's ways to stay anonymous. But
right.
for the uneducated Redbox stealers, probably not the best strategy. It does link back to something.
This is true. This is
So.
true. So be safe out there, kids. Be safe.
Yeah, when you're stealing from Redbox.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously not a sponsor.
So Eric here came into the Discord hot today with with this rumor of a game that is near and dear to both of us possibly coming back, and that is Wave Race.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let you take this.
Yeah. Yeah, so the director, was it original director, I think, of the
Shinya
Wave Race
Takahashi?
series? Yeah, Shinya Takahashi. He mentioned that they're constantly working on new titles, and Wave Race is one of their favorites. Maybe you'll see it in the future. He didn't say too much, but him saying that at all at least means somebody's talking about it somewhere. So that would be awesome. I think there is a void of good racing games that don't fit into like two different holes. Either you're a kart racer or you're a real racer. There's plenty of other racing that can be done.
Hey,
I would be super stoked.
Don't forget Monster Motocross.
Oh yeah, those came out, didn't they? Yeah, those pretty good, solid titles. What did you think of those?
Yeah, no. There was mud everywhere. I'm all about this. I honestly thought we'd never see anything like Wave Race 1080. I thought they'd kind of gone the way of the dodo and that was it, because it just doesn't seem like. I mean, look, as games have progressed, everybody used to get excited about a little carpenter jumping over barrels trying to save his girlfriend from an ape, right? And then we used to be stoked about these having no background other than like their height, weight, and maybe what sunglasses they liked. That was Wave Race, there was not much to it. To see that come out now, it just doesn't see. It seems like it seems crazy, but I mean, hey, bring it. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. So
yeah, it might be light on the story, but I don't know. I mean, Mario Kart doesn't have a story, really. You're just
No, it
doing
just has
cups.
Mario though. That's
Yeah.
that's the seller, right?
No,
So,
yeah.
I mean, maybe it'll be Jet Ski Battle Royale.
Oh, jeez. Oh, goodness. I heard something. This is unrelated to Nintendo, or maybe it isn't. Maybe we will get this game on Nintendo. I heard the new Black Ops 4 will not have a single player mode, and they're looking at possibly throwing in a battle royale type.
That's the
It's like,
rumor.
what are we doing? What are we doing? Don't be the fad, guys. Make the new fad.
We're making money. That's what they're doing. And they're
Yeah.
not throwing money away into a campaign that no one plays, or very few
Hey, man.
anyway.
That campaign 3-4 Call of Duties ago with Kevin Spacey, that was pretty good. Now Kevin Spacey's fallen from grace, but hey, not too bad.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Okay, well, let's talk real quick about some impressions from some indie titles. All right, so the devs were kind enough to send me a copy of Streets of Red. I actually reached out and said, "Hey, you want to come on our podcast?" And they said they can't. They're not allowed to do interviews. So I don't know. I don't know what that is about.
Just make video games.
Yeah.
Don't speak to people.
Don't talk about it. But they seemed the person I was chatting with seemed very enthusiastic and pretty stoked. So
Nice.
Streets of Red. This is you need this game in your life.
Okay. Do tell.
Okay. Let me lay out the story for you. Benny, let's see, what is it? Benny Arcade Expo, BAX East, I think is what it said, instead of PAX, has all of these cosplayers that get attacked by zombies. So now they're zombie cosplayers. All right. And there's 4 heroes that can save them. And when you choose them, they end up kind of turning into heroes we already know. So you have a guy that basically turns into Link with a sword and a shield. You have a kid who's holding 2 wrenches who basically turns into Raphael. And the first level takes place in the sewers. And the boss is a ripoff of Baxter Stockman. Throughout the game, if you get finishing moves, it says, whoopsie, and things like that. This game does nothing but pull from 90s, like, beat 'em up and fighting games. I've only had like a good, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes with it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is a Hate Zero game all the way. And it can be, I don't believe it's online, but it has you can do 4 players at the same time on the same screen.
Okay, sold. You got me. And I think I figured out why they're not allowed to talk about it, because they don't want to accidentally throw out too many of their trademark infringements or copyright infringements. So, no, that's awesome. That sounds cool.
Yeah,
sounds really cool.
And I just have these brief impressions, but I believe it's a roguelike, and if you die, the levels get longer. I think is something that it looked like the game said. I was waiting for my coffee to brew this morning, and I was playing it, and so I'll be playing it tomorrow night on the noon indie stream, and you guys will be able to see it, and I can answer any questions for you live or whatever if you want to check it out. But I was really impressed with this one, and I think I want to say it's coming in under $10, but
all right,
not
you already sold me.
So
you don't need to do anything else. And if I love it, you know how I get about things I love, so
right.
I will sell everyone else.
That's right.
We're good.
We'll all be playing Floor Kids. And so the next one, Rogue Aces. This is a roguelike. You take off from an aircraft carrier, and you are given like a brief mission. Destroy 2 planes. So you got to fly around. And when I first saw this, I thought it was a twin stick shooter, kind of like Geometry Wars. but it's
That'd be
not.
cool.
You only control with the left stick, but it's not your typical side-scrolling shooter that's just like, like a R-Type or UN Squadron or Life Force, something like that. You actually fly loops and can shoot any direction, all that kind of stuff. And I'm using my hands to talk right now and making little figure eights. So, but it's pretty cool. And so, like, if you start to run out of gas, you can land on your carrier again. They fuel you up, give you missiles and stuff. You take back off. You got to take out buildings. You got to take out like gunships in the air. Gradius, right, Henny? There you go, buddy. And pretty awesome. Now, I've made it through like 3 missions so far. You have 3 planes. If your plane goes down, if you can get your little guy, he jumps out and you pull your chute, and you got to make it to the water because then they'll pick you back up and put you in a plane. If you hit the land, you're captured and it's game over. Right? So you have 3 planes. So if your plane gets shot down or you hit the water, they'll put you back on another. You get another turn. So you essentially have 3 lives. So really, really quite fun. Really quite fun. I'm excited to dig more into this one because even though I've gotten like 3 levels in, every time I start the game, I have to start a new game, even though it says continue campaign. I'm like, what am I not doing right here? So I'm wondering if you leave it and come back to it while you still have planes, if that's what happens. So I think this is the kind of thing, and you level up while you're going. I don't really know what the levels do yet, but the gameplay is good. It's pretty fun, and I'm excited to show you guys more. I'll have a full review for both these games on n64josh.com. So, had you seen Rogue Aces at all?
No, I haven't. So I'm excited to look into it because it sounds kind of fun. And you said Gradius, so that immediately makes me happy.
Kind of. But
okay, all right. I'm not even gonna. The last time I thought something was going to be like Gradius, I was the most disappointed I think I've ever been.
Yes.
So
don't do that. Don't think about that. So okay. Lastly, we have listener questions, and I want to pull those out of the Discord real quick. Let's see.
While you're doing that, can I throw out a shout out?
Yeah, do it, please.
To Shoe Brew, if you're listening, he sent me his and I should have brought a can down for the stream. He had his pixelated IPAs from his brewery with some really cool artwork on them. I don't know if I should say in case one of our listeners is a Nintendo person. What the heck? It was a Nintendo themed, Zelda themed artwork. So if you live in the Pennsylvania, I believe is where his brewery is. If you live in the Pennsylvania area, check him out.
He's also really good at Rocket League. We found that out.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So Andy's good at brewing beer, so who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew?
All right, let's get to listener this week's question for the listeners. Here we go. All right. So I asked, Sega Ages is coming out. What is everyone's wish list? And I posted this with a picture of General Chaos because that is a game I want to see. If that game came to the Switch, bro. Like, have you ever played this game?
No.
Oh my gosh. It's like an RTS that was just like literally one of the first video games I laughed out loud when I played as a kid. Because like you have 5 different army guys. And they're all like the machine gun guy's got like two machine guns, no shirt, and a red bandana, like a red headband. You got a flamethrower guy. If the flamethrower guy walks through the little creek that's on the map and comes back out, he shoots bubbles instead of flames. If he shoots flames, he just burns the crotch of the person that he's attacking, and they just look at the screen like my crotch is on fire. Hilarious. Super funny. Chat. Same question for you. What are your wishes for Sega Ages? So, Ganthit says Shining Force 1 and 2, please. Mel's Skies of Acadia. Tatawaka Comics Zone. Cut says was never a Sega guy. This doesn't interest me one bit, unfortunately. Let's see. Tatawaka again. The only 3 games I remember playing on the OG Sega were Comic Zone, Sonic, and that Jurassic Park game.
Okay.
It says, LOL, my cousins had one. We were a NES family. Thank you for pointing that out. Rhino said Sunset Riders, to which I replied, like, I only played that on the SNES, but heck yes, that was great. Let's see. Nate the Anarchist said I would like the original Sonic on Sega Ages. That would be great, but I just realized it's on mobile. Does it count then? Yes, it counts. It does count. Eric, what about you? What do you want to see from Sega
What
Ages?
do I want to see? So, well, I know Aladdin was on the Super, but like I played that on Sega, so that's where my nostalgia lies. But I'm going to say 2 games that I don't remember if they were on Super, but I don't feel like they were really Super games or Nintendo games. Earthworm Jim, Toe Jam and Earl.
Boom. Good choices.
Those are mine. I had a Genesis, but I always preferred the Super to the Genesis. So I played sports games and Mortal Kombat on the Genesis.
Oh, dude, Madden and hockey were like pretty good on.
It had
Genesis.
the best sports games outside of Ken Griffey Jr.'s Major League Baseball.
True. Kirby Geeks says Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio, Choo Choo Rocket, Space Channel 5. Tadawaka says Bubble Bobble.
Whoa. Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio. Are we naming Dreamcast titles too?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know exactly what this Sega Ages means.
I just assumed it was Genesis and Master System, but if it's Dreamcast, then man, I don't know. Yeah, Crazy Taxi, you got to throw in there for sure. That kind of changes everything.
Yeah. It does. Henny says Joe and Mac. Kirby Geeks, Samba de Amigo, which I don't. Samba de Amigo, not Samba. Samba. Here's from the Patreon comments. This is Benji says only really Streets of Rage, all of them from the older systems. But if they start cranking out Saturn and Dreamcast games, I would pretty much write Sega a blank check. Virtual Cop, Tennis, Fighter, Sega Rally, Daytona, Choo Choo Rocket, and of course Shenmue. So.
Oh yeah, Shenmue.
Yeah. This is from Richard, which he named basically probably my second favorite, or maybe even my favorite Sega game, which I didn't remember the other day when I was talking about this. I would like to see Road Rash 2 come to the Switch. Boom. That's all I needed to hear right there. It says I spent tons of hours trying to win races and beat people up on the motorcycle. I remember the game not being very easy, but extremely fun. I remember playing X-Men 2, The Clone Wars, a ton. I loved how you turned the game on and it just started, and you had to beat the first level before you get the main screen. I remember thinking that all games would go to that. Haha. Maybe this would be the way we get NBA Jam, a Genesis port. Would they keep Clinton or would they put Trump in?
Huh. That's funny. Yeah, I did play NBA Jam. Nope, I don't remember. I might have played it on, I think it was Super Tournament Edition for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dreamcast had what some people to this day still say is the best football game ever made, with the 2K studios. The last one, what was it, 2K1, or maybe it was just NFL 2K, that was so good that EA just bought the rights to the NFL instead of competing. So yeah, that was a big debacle. People were upset about that. Look it up.
Rightfully
Good
so.
times.
Rightfully so. Well, hey, we did it, man. Another Powercast in the books here. Why don't you tell everybody where they can follow you?
You can and should follow me on Twitter and go hit up that. At the very least, go look at my Twitter and vote if you have a preference on Donkey Kong or Hyrule Warriors next month. At Heat Zero. Also, find us on Discord. I'm as vocal as I can be on there. I've been slipping recently. Hopefully I can pick that back up.
Yeah, get on it. Everybody's like, where'd he go? Where's our hero?
I'm still here.
we
Still here.
we
Just
need
a
our
little
hero.
busy.
Guys, you can follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Patreon, Snapchat, and Vero. It's N64Josh everywhere. Check out n64josh.com/NPC85 for the show notes of this episode. Remember, you can check out my new Smash Bros. Cast. That is a weekly show about Smash Bros. If you want to get yourself a free book, go to audibletrial.com/NPC. Get yourself a free book there. opseat.com. Gaming chairs. Save $10 with code N64Josh. Guys, if you want to get yourself a t-shirt that says Nintendo Powercast, go to n64josh.com/store. And there, you'll find the t-shirts. And like we just mentioned, come join our Discord. We're having a great time there. We are talking Nintendo. We're jumping in voice chat for certain games. Like, it's a pretty rockin' community. And so if you've never used Discord, all you gotta do is go to that link, just sign up. It's kind of better than like Facebook and Twitter and that kind of stuff, as far as just if you really want to be able just to chat with people and communicate and still kind of stay anonymous or whatever. So n64josh.com/Discord. Come hang out. We like it when you do. We really do. And periodically, I just throw $5 eShop cards out just for the heck of it. Never know when. There's no warning. Just be there. Just be there. The first one happened, I think, on Sunday.
There we
Maxis
go.
was
There
like,
you go.
what? Lastly, guys, if you're enjoying this show, please rate and review on iTunes. Thank you for everybody that has reviewed recently. We really, really appreciate that. You guys are the best. Everybody in chat, thank you for hanging out with us live. Everybody that listens week in and week out, we love you. If you really want to help us out, share the show with a friend. Let them know that you like this show and you want them to check it out. That would help us out immensely. Thank you for everything. Eric, thanks for your time. We'll see you guys Thursday night. Later.